Today, we're working on Austin's black truck, trying to get things ready for it to be running and happy and go fast. Well, go loud and look good, I guess. So we're in the middle of trying to drop the transmission, got the starter off. I'll show you some other things found under there. Found out why it was leaking coolant. It's got a freeze plug that's totally almost gone, and it was leaking down onto the starter, causing some corrosion and stuff. So gonna have to drain that, but that'll probably come after we get the transmission out. That's what we have to do. That's really it, right? Battery? Alignment once it's rolling. Yeah.
Yep, so,
right. So let's get this thing, bring it back from the dead.
Here's the freeze plug. Well, what was left of it. There's the good freeze plug.
okay.
So, gonna have to get all that cleaned out, surface smooth, change it. But for now, we're trying to get this transmission out. Exhaust gotta come off first to get that out of the way. Even this little pan that protects the flywheel can't even come out until this exhaust comes out. So one thing at a time. Irrigate. Okay, so we got the drive shaft undone. Going to now. Oh, we also got this bracket that's right here, and that's what holds the transmission up. Transmission bracket. Got it all unbolted, so we're gonna have to jack up the transmission to remove the bracket, and then lower down the transmission. We're gonna pull the drive shaft out first and drain it, and then the exhaust, actually, this side is off. This side will not come out because the bracket is actually hitting the frame, which is a total pain in the butt. So hopefully after we get this bracket out of the way, can undo the exhaust from here, pull the entire exhaust out, and then it's just getting to, like, up there are bolts that are holding the transmission to the motor, getting all the like top ones and side ones undone, and then we can use a motorcycle jack to lower the entire transmission down. So far it's a pain in the butt, but going about as expected. Alright, so we got the transmission cross member bracket thing out of the way. Now we are going to lower this end of the transmission down and hopefully get some fluid out of there. So Austin, you're gonna do that ever so slowly. Alright, that's where it bottomed out. But
No oil.
no oil. Not a good sign. Kind of what I feared. I mean, the transmission was shot anyway, but it was probably leaking oil, and man, you almost wonder if you couldn't have just put oil in it if it would have worked. No, I doubt it. It was so far gone. It was smoking and terrible. All right, well, the transmission had to come out regardless, and we'll probably just get a rebuilt one in case there's issues with this one.
Because this one's gonna be seized.
It's Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Casey. I'm here in the shop today because I'm trying to get the transmission pulled out of Austin's truck so we can get it rebuilt, or maybe rebuild it. I did rebuild the 4L60E in that truck, but at the time I had swore to myself that I would never do it again because it was, well, it's rebuilding an automatic transmission. How's that fun for anybody? But, you know, just like any pain you experience over time, the body forgets, and later on you don't remember why you hated it so much, and, well, you do it again, and then you get to experience all over again the pain that you suffered and get reminded why you hated it. So, we don't know which one we're going to do. This guy in Leesburg will rebuild it for a decent price, $1,000, with the new, not harmonic balancer, the torque converter. He's been doing it for 30 years. He knows what he's doing. That seems pretty fair to know that it's going to be rock solid and reliable. We could do it ourselves. The rebuild kit about $200, $175 for the torque converter. But then we're rolling the dice on whether the thing's going to detonate going down the road or not. I do have a slight tick in that one. I don't know if it's worth it. So for now, that's unimportant. I'm going to get the 4L60E out of this truck, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so a quick catch up on what we did last time. basically we removed this pan that covers torque converter and the flex plate. We have undone the drive shaft from the transmission and taken off the crossbar. It's like the transmission support beam that's lying right over there. Now we pretty much just have to remove the shift linkage there from the transmission. The exhaust, that's actually my next deal. That's got to come off. This flange is kind of hitting the frame a little bit, so I got to pry it just around. I've already got the bolts off. I got to pry it just around to slip past the frame. That one is already off, about to fall. And then I can unbolt the exhaust either there or maybe back there. I'm not sure which. Then the exhaust will be out of the way. Then I can get a motorcycle jack right here, hold the transmission up while we undo the bell housing. Well, while I undo the bell housing bolts. Then I think we are free from everything. I've already got the wires. There's a big plug, this one, that runs over to the passenger side of the 4L60E. This is already undone. This goes to that's like the speedometer sensor. That's already undone there. We are very close, but yet so far. So why is it that transmission cooling lines are always such a pain to get off? Always.